Good evening, Americans and humans. This is your favorite alien here in the evening of January 1st, 2023. And for the beginning of this year, I'm doing a special commentary for you. And it's called What Is It to Be Human? And that's a tough question. Because to be a certain being, and you'll find this out if you live to the 2060s, especially 2065 when the mushguards are destroying you one by one. You and your grandchildren and children are going to be saying, what did we do wrong? What is it that we forgot to do? And then the big question that you're going to ask is, what was it to be human? My civilization looks at your civilization and say, planet Earth, the sentient beings that were there called themselves humans. They look like us, but they never got to our level of sophistication. They could have, but they never did. They had all these stops and starts all over the place on the planet for thousands of their years, and they could not get it going. For an Entarian like me, what is it to be a being from planet of Entaria, or the second planet? The original Entaria got destroyed by the weaknesses that you guys right now show. The weakness I mean is you rely on artificial things to run your lives. You rely on religion. You rely on politics. Your societies rely on power. And the more power you got, the more things you accumulate. Accumulation of wealth. You allow such things as adoration of minerals. Minerals are important in a person's civilization, but the way you guys adore gold, that is crazy. The way you adore money. And let me put it this way. Is your food, especially say a steak, is that worth more today than it was 40, 50, 100 years ago? No. Is gold worth anything? Well, if you're making conductors, spaceships, communications, and trying to conduct energy through it, well, yes, then gold is a commodity. But is it valuable? It's valuable to use. Is it valuable to own? And that's the problem. Ownership. That is something that you guys have developed to such an extent that it's causing your extinction and you don't even know it. For a civilization like mine, we had to develop what you call philosophy. We called it two things: prime directive and doctrine. You don't even have either one of them in your civilization. One of your religions tried to instill that in you. Christianity tried, but failed because it got so polluted with people's views over the centuries that the original view of Christianity has been lost in time. The Christianity you have today is not the Christianity that started it all 2,000 years ago. The Judaism you have today is not the Judaism that started it all maybe 4,000 years ago. Islam, the same way. Hindu, same way. All your religions are so man-made and artificially created that you have lost the original meanings of these. And you say, but we got texts that go back centuries and we read them. Yeah. I see a lot of people read their Bibles. That's their thing. But they get nothing from the Bible. I read your Bible, and I get nothing from it because you have so many contradictions in the Old and the New Testament. You don't have a certain thing that your ancestors say, this is where we were. And you say, and this is where we are. Until you understand that, humans, you're going absolutely nowhere but extinction. You have to develop what is to be human, what it is to be a human being. Do you have a personal, as you would call it, philosophy? I don't think so. All the people that I know, and I have a lot of friends, but if I ask them that question, they wouldn't be friends anymore, because they would ask me, what the hell am I talking about? But here, in YouTube, I'm saying, what the hell do you believe in? You don't have a philosophy. You don't have a prime directive, and you definitely don't have a doctrine. If you did, you wouldn't have the problems that you do. War is not something that you can fight like the Russians are fighting the Ukrainians and everybody's assisting the Ukrainians. Why? War is only thought for two things. I want to annihilate you, and you want to survive. But you guys use it as, oh, they're a bad country, and we gotta show the world that we gotta stick it to the Russians. And this is not about being good or bad. This has nothing to do with that. This is the way war is. You won't reason to the Muska, even if they allowed you to talk to them. You would never reason with them because they have one thing in common. They hate you with a passion, no matter if you lived 70,000 years ago or today. In a war they thought with you 70,000 years ago, you guys almost lost and they almost lost. If you have ships, send them over to the asteroid belt, and you'll see what I mean. Devastation. Go to Mars. You'll see devastation on Mars. You won't show it to your people, but you'll see it there. Mars was devastated by that war. And the cause of it? Well, they wanted the territory, and you wanted the territory because you said it was in your solar system, or your ancestors did. Neither one got it. Yeah. Just think of the life forms that live in Jupiter, Io, or Europa, or even in Venus. They're looking at you like, what the hell are you humans doing here? Nobody will mourn the passing of the human race. I won't mourn it. What is there to mourn? There's nothing there. My ancestors tried to do the same thing to them, and like I said, there was 14 billion on my original planet, and only 500,000 left. That finally decided they had enough with that kind of stupid stuff, and they wanted to start clean. There was only 4 billion of us. There never is going to be as many as you guys in our home planet. We only have 1 billion of that in our home planet. The other 3.5 billion are in other planets because we don't do what you guys do. Here on Earth, you occupy 70% of the planet. And you are extinguishing the planet at about 100 times the rate of your predecessors, whether they were other civilizations or the dinosaurs or the life forms that lived here before. You guys are extinguishing your planet 100 times faster than they ever did. And there's been 5 extinctions. This is number 6. And final. Because the other extinction was up to 75 to 90% of the life forms on this planet died. After you're done with this one in 2065, 0 will live on this planet. This is your favorite idiot saying, "What the hell are you guys doing? Good day."